Today we're going to be doing a hypothetical election prediction between one of the current senators from the state of Georgia, Jon Ossoff, on the Democratic side, versus the Republican challenger. In this case, we're going to be going with J.D. Vance, the current Vice President of the United States, and at the moment most likely frontrunner for the 2028 Republican nomination. Jon Ossoff has been increasing his lead in the polls as a potential 2028 challenger. He really has to deal with 2026, the midterms this November, before he will probably potentially think about running for the presidency. Jon Ossoff, as you can see here, is, well, Georgia's a swing state. Jon Ossoff will have an uphill battle. And virtually all my Senate predictions, I think all of them actually, I've had him winning his Senate race in Georgia. So I don't think that will be necessarily a coast to victory. It is still a swing state and will probably be somewhat close. But Jon Ossoff has a strong fundraising game, and I think he'll do quite well in the Senate race. But this is going to be a hypothetical election prediction on the presidential level 2 years after that. So we'll start out with Nevada and then move eastward. Also add a tilt rating, starting out with the state of Nevada. Going to put that state into Jon Ossoff's corner. Ossoff is a pretty strong candidate. I think that he would do well in a hypothetical election scenario. We can also take a look. Looks like Democrats have about a 57% chance of winning control of the presidency in 2028, according to the betting markets. So it has narrowed up slightly with increasing chances for Republicans, but that will be the call there in Nevada. And then Arizona, I'm really on the fence. I think it could really go either way. For now, I'm going to be putting it into the tilt blue column. Jon Ossoff has done well in appealing to a large electorate full of moderate voters of both parties, as well as, of course, traditional Democrats that he will really need to win over. But that is going to be the call in the state of Arizona. I think that this state will be a particularly interesting one to see what will happen when the Republican nominee isn't Trump. For so long, Trump has been the head of the Republican Party for over a decade, and it has resulted in a mixed bag for Republicans in the state of Arizona. 2016, the state wasn't much of a swing state, but it certainly was a little bit, and that resulted in a Republican victory for Trump in 2016. In 2020, the state a little bit shocked the nation in voting blue. Since then, the state has elected Democratic governor, Democratic senators, a good bunch of Democrats, and I think that the state in the long run will become more and more Democratic friendly. That will be the call there in the state of Arizona. Next up, we're going to head over to the congressional district in the Omaha, Nebraska region. That will be a lean blue rating. I think this district is going to be pretty easy for Democrats to win in 2028. They won it in 2024. It was the only somewhat competitive race Democrats ended up winning. So I think that will be a pretty easy walk for Jon Ossoff. And then we get to, actually, we'll start with the state of Wisconsin. I'm going to put that one into the lean blue column, tilt blue. This one I think will be narrower, but for now I'm going to put that state in the tilt blue column. Then we're going to head over to Michigan, going to put that state into the tilt blue column as well. I do think J.D. Vance's best hope lies in the state of Pennsylvania. I think there's a real chance that the three could vote together. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Like I said, I do think in the long run, the Rust Belt will become more Republican friendly, while the Sun Belt does the opposite. But for now, I'm going to do a split call. These two, both Wisconsin and Michigan going blue, with Pennsylvania going red for J.D. Vance. Gets down to the remaining two swing states. Jon Ossoff would need, we can do some hypothetical math here. For J.D. Vance to win, he would have to sweep both Georgia and North Carolina. That being, Jon Ossoff would only need to win one of them. I do think Georgia will still be close. It's also going to be a presidential election, but for now, that's going to be the call for both the state of North Carolina and Georgia. Jon Ossoff winning his home state, as well as J.D. Vance winning his home state of Ohio, as well as neighboring Pennsylvania, resulting in 284 to 254 for a Democrat Jon Ossoff victory. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.